Hi, my name is Artie Hamlett. I am a youth empowerment coach. I help individuals find their passion and purpose in life. The title of this video is There's No Such Thing as a Bad Kid. And I know people may say, oh, this kid may have done something horrible, or this kid may have got involved in something disastrous and completely threw his life away. And I want to let you guys know the mindset behind that individual. If you guys don't know, I tell a little bit about my life story in my previous videos, and I'll be going in depth details of my life and how I came out of the circumstances that I came out of. So I want to let you guys know, again, there's no such thing as a bad kid. I say that because it's all dependent upon your nurturing and nature. So depending on how you was raised, in the environment you were raised in. These are the two primary factors that determine the upbringing of the child. Again, you have that third factor, that's individuality, that people do not really go in depth about. But it really depends on the nurturing and nurturing. You train up a child and they shouldn't leave. So let's go to the premises, because I'm seeing too many news stories of this gangster or this. If you see the cycle and a trend, you got to understand the mindset behind it. Individuals are not born bad. They're in a bad environment, or they're being raised by bad parents. I've been saying this all along. And I want you guys to chime in, because I feel like that for children to do something bad between the ages of 18 and 25, parents should be held accountable to some extent. Period. I just feel that way because the child didn't ask to be here. Period. So in some way, shape, form, or facet, there should be some accountability that should be passed over to the parent. Believe it or not, I know people say they're 18, they're grown, but I really don't believe so. They're just getting out of high school. A lot of them not understanding where to go. They didn't get any direction. For example, I don't cry when a kid dies. And people may say, Artie, you're heartless. Something's wrong with you. But no, I cry when they jump off the porch, or I cry once they get involved in dangerous activity, because I know where that'll lead. And people look at me like I'm heartless sometimes, but as a man, you have to be the protector and the provider and provisioner. So, with that being said, you kind of have to do predictive analysis to understand the next steps in this life course. So if you see someone as a child get involved in gang activity and you don't pull them out and you cry at the funeral, I particularly would feel like the blood is somewhat on my hands, because I had that opportunity to pull that individual out. For example, true story. I had a cousin, loved him to death, man. We used to go out all the time, hang out at the clubs, and just whatever you could think of, we did it. A fun time. Younger cousin, he looked up to me a lot, I believe. But I took the academia route, he took the streets route. Cool. That still doesn't stop my love for him, but I had to separate myself to a certain extent to make sure the crowd didn't mix. So when I got my first management position, 26 years old, great position, great pay, elated with joy. So we're having a party for my position. Okay, great. He's now a manager, already graduated with his master's. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, cool. I told my cousin, why don't you move down here with me? Since I'm a manager, I can get you a position here, making some really great money. You can stay with me rent free and allow your opportunity to build upon your income. My cousin said yes. And I had to entice him. So people in the streets, they want to see the money. So I went on, sent them like 300, 375 for him to come down, see my place, get acquainted. Upon coming down, he brought his girlfriend. Now, this wasn't a part of the deal, man. When you come to my house, it's supposed to be me and you. I can't afford to take care of two people. So I told him, hey, deal's off if she can't go. If she can't be here. He said, well, if she can't be here, I can't be here. This killed me, because you got to understand, I have already sent him the money. The deal was for him to come down, signed, sealed, and delivered. Even though I didn't need the money, it kind of infuriated me for him to have this mindset. I was like, listen, okay, okay, you don't want to comply. Keep the money and go ahead and go back. And at this time, I'm mad. He's mad. Cool. Disconnection. But I knew him being in the streets is only a matter of time. I want to say 2 or 3 months, he ended up dying. It hurt me, but I didn't go to the funeral. Not to say I'm heartless or there's a problem, but I don't feel like tears should be applied in traumatic deaths such as that one. Only because I was being proactive and could have stopped it. And I tried to stop it. Or at least allow him an opportunity to get out of that situation. But seeing that he took it his own route and that was the conclusion, it may have hurt me, but I did not cry because, like I said, as a man, you have to be a protector and a provisioner, and you see these things before they happen. But again, this is not supposed to be a negative blog. This is simply for you to understand that there is no such thing as a bad child. So yeah, he may have got put in a bad situation. Yeah, he may have had bad upbringing, but at some point, you have to make that decision. And I say this because it's me. There's no way me and my cousin could have hung out if I didn't have some of those traits. So I don't want you to look at me and say, oh, he's such a good guy. No, I had some of those traits as well. That's why we were able to communicate with one another. But at some point, you got to make the pivot. You got to stop blaming others. I'm coming from the child standpoint now. You got to stop blaming others and give yourself an opportunity to grow. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be super difficult, but it's going to be worth it. And eventually, I'm going to give you guys the steps that it takes to actually become the individual you're looking to become. Because yes, I was born in a poverty-stricken environment as well. Yes, I got involved in gang activity as well. But now you're looking at a guy with 3 degrees, living in Miami, Florida, living the life of my dreams, and you can too. If you guys have any questions on how I did it, any questions about the topic of this video, if you want to chime in on the topic of this video, please just drop a comment below. Again, I'm Artie Hamlett, the Youth Empowerment Coach. I'll be going on and on about tips about life and how to give an individual a fresh start while I'm going through this life. And it doesn't matter about your situation. It doesn't matter. Again, I'm Artie Hamlett, the Youth Empowerment Coach. No such thing as a bad kid. Peace.